What's up, Average Dad fans? Welcome back to another video. Today it's Xiaomi 17 Pro Max content. I know you want more, so in this video I'm going to tell you about Android Auto. I'm going to tell you about the Play Store, what apps work, what don't. I'm going to tell you about the rear display, which is very pretty but fairly pointless, and we'll discuss that. And as always, I'm going to be brutally honest, whether I think you should buy or not buy. Obviously, it's always your choice, but without further ado, let's go. So, the first topic I want to cover, because it's been asked 100 times in the comments, Android Auto. Does the Xiaomi 17 Pro Max or 17 Pro support Android Auto? The answer is no. Sadly not. Unlike Honor, unlike Oppo, even Huawei allow Android Auto on the global versions, and I've done a video on how to install it. Unlike all those manufacturers, Xiaomi are, for whatever reason, not allowing Android Auto, even through an APK. So for those that are asking the question, the answer is no. I have stated previously in some videos that the Xiaomi should have Android Auto support. That was based on the fact that I thought Xiaomi would roll with the times. They are literally the last Chinese manufacturer not to have Android Auto on deck. And I'm not talking about the global versions of the Oppo or the Vivo or the Honor. Their Chinese versions have Android Auto baked in on their devices. So unfortunately, no Android Auto. So as mentioned in the unboxing video, this is the full Google Play Store on the device. Any app you like is going to work as normal through the Play Store. In terms of what you can actually do with those apps, absolutely everything on the main screen. And we're going to talk about this secondary screen in a second. But banking apps, social media apps, everything works just as normal. There are no issues whatsoever. Of course, from the home screen, you do know this already, but I'll tell you again. There's no Google Discovery page on Chinese versions of any mobile phone. Specifically for the Xiaomi 17 Pro and Pro Max, we have a rear display. And on this rear display, there is very, very limited functionality. For example, the only music app or media app that you can use on the rear display is Shopify. And it does work. I mean, you can play your Shopify from the rear, no problem. You can pause it, you can skip the track. But that's it. I personally use YouTube Music for my music. Doesn't work on the rear screen, which may come in handy, but the other very disappointing thing is, other than telling the time on this screen, let's just wake it up again. There we go. Other than telling the time on the rear screen, there's really not much more you can do with it just now and potentially ever, and we'll talk about that soon. Because it will not allow messaging. Yes, messages that come through WhatsApp, Instagram, text messages, phone calls do not show up on the rear display, which is very disappointing. Ultimately rendering the display, as mentioned, into a Spotify media player or a clock. And I guess the main key use case for the rear screen is the camera, but I have my gripes with that too, because Apple have spoiled me this year. The iPhone 17 Pro Max has spoiled me with its square selfie camera. Being able to use horizontal selfie video while holding your phone like this has been a godsend. But when you're using the rear cameras on the Xiaomi, it doesn't rotate. It's still vertical video, and you still have to control it with this tiny screen. So yeah, it's fine. It's good to frame yourself. It's good for taking maybe group selfies. But to be honest, the quality of the 50 megapixel images on here is no better than the 18 megapixel selfie photos I'm taking on the iPhone. So for me, never really used the camera feature, never used the Spotify feature, but I have told the time with the rear display. 9 times out of 10, if I'm being perfectly honest, I forget it's there. So yeah, that's just my use case scenario. It is nice, it is something new for a phone. I just don't use it. And maybe that's because, you know, this is the first one. Maybe we'll get used to it. Maybe other manufacturers will have rear displays. But it's just not for me. Now, a major positive for this device is the battery. The battery on this thing is absolutely unrivaled with any other flagship phone ever. To remind you, the Pro Max version I have here has a 7,500 milliamp hour cell. Folks, I charged this 2 days ago. Granted, I've not used it too much over the past day or so, but it is an absolute beast. And, as mentioned already in a previous video, 50 watts wireless charging and 100 watts wired in the box. I firmly believe that for 99% of the people out there, this is a 2 to even 3 day phone. But for you hardcores out there that want to game for 12 hours, no problem. You will not kill this device. I'm not the channel to do a battery drain test, you know this, but someone will, and I can promise you, this is going to win. And then to address the other question I've had in the comments quite a lot about the Snapdragon Elite Gen 5 chip, no overheating whatsoever. 8K video, doesn't get hot. Transferred all my files, all my apps, all my data, didn't get hot. Charged at 100 watts, didn't get hot. So no performance issues, no overheating whatsoever on my device. That's not to say that maybe some people have not experienced some overheating. I'm not going to poo-poo what they're saying, but just in my personal experience, battery, performance, heating, nothing but A+ stellar performance. Just wanted to interrupt this video to remind you that I am having a raffle, a prize draw on the 1st of November. There will be a live stream on this channel. 1st of November, we are drawing for a Xiaomi 17 Pro Max. You can enter through the Average Dad Tech Store. Simply purchase 1, 3 or 10 tickets for £5, £10 or £20. Your name will get added 1 time, 3 times or 10 times, depending on how many tickets you buy. Your name will be added to the spreadsheet and drawn on November 1st. Live, no tomfoolery, a phone will be given away. And because of the popularity of the draw so far, there will be 2 runners-up prizes. To be confirmed, but even the runners-up prizes are pretty goddamn tasty. So, if you're interested, join the draw through the Average Dad Tech Store. Back to the video. So, there we have it, the Xiaomi 17 Pro Max. For those that need Android Auto, this is not the phone for you. For those that need the biggest and best battery on any smartphone to date, this is the phone for you. But ultimately, do your research. Google Play's fine, Android Auto's not. Battery's great, performance is great. Rear display is so underutilized. And it's kind of the biggest selling point of the phone. So time will tell if it's going to get any better. But one major thing you should be aware of, I am now hearing fairly solid reports that the Xiaomi 17 Pro and Pro Max will not get a global release. My only hunch is because, and I talked about this before, the battery. The battery is just too big on both phones for EU regulations, which really sucks. It's an antiquated, archaic law that needs to be changed, but you're looking at round about 5,800 milliamp hours being the most milliamp hours you can get in a phone, and I just can't see how Xiaomi could possibly change all the batteries inside their phones to cater for a global market. Now, in terms of a global version, there should be one. And for those thinking, Mike, you literally just said there won't be one. No. I said there won't be a global release. The global version comes to Hong Kong, Malaysia, Singapore. I will have stock of those whenever they are released. They just won't be coming to the UK and Europe. And obviously not America, because you guys don't seem to get anything outside of Google, Apple and Samsung, which is really quite a shame. But obviously you can all order from the Average Dad Tech store. So I'll be back soon with my full review, comparisons with other flagship devices, including the Pura 80 Ultra and the iPhone 17 Pro Max. So if that sounds tasty, smash subscribe. And until next time,